Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to cover some portion of geometry. The question which we have taken is from AS Math 9709 February March 2023 paper. And the variant for this paper is paper 12. In this question, we are given with the figure that contains shaded and unshaded region. We need to find the perimeter of the shaded region. In order to solve this, we are going to break our problem into multiple points. First, we are going to find the length AC using Pythagoras theorem. Now, in order to find the length of the sector AC, we would be using the formula L is equals to R theta. But we don't know the value of theta, so we would be using cosine rule. We would also be using the concept of quadrants. In order to find the length AC, if I redraw my triangle, it would be something like that. So this length is 8, this length is 4. So AC is hypotenuse, which is equals to perpendicular squared plus base squared under root. So we have perpendicular or base is 8 and 4 respectively. It would become square root of 64 plus 16, which is square root of 80. Now we need to find angle ADC, and to find this we would be using cosine rule. I would be using a different triangle ADC. Both of them are 5 and this length is square root of 80. Now what is the statement of cosine rule? So A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos of theta. A is this length, B is this length, and C is this length. So square root of 80 square is equals to 5 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 times 5 cos of. Now some of the students do a common mistake that they try to do this thing, and this is against BODMAS rule. Why? Because we have to multiply this thing first. So we can't subtract it. We can't subtract these two numbers unless theta is known. So how would we tackle it? So it would be written as 80, because square and square root get cancelled, minus 25, this 25, minus 25, which is this one, divided by negative 2 into 25, which is all this thing. And this all the whole becomes equals to cos of theta. So we have applied cosine rule over here. So cos theta becomes 30 upon negative 50. So now if we take the cos inverse of 3 by 5, so our base angle would become 0.927. Now concept of quadrants, so A, S, T, C. Since cos theta is negative over here, so we are going to take second quadrant or third quadrant. Why can't we take third quadrant? Because it would exceed 180, and the sum of the angle in a triangle is 180. So our theta should be in second quadrant. So if we have a triangle, its angle can't be greater than 180 degree, because sum of all the angle is 180. So we can't have a triangle with one angle greater than 180. So our theta is in second quadrant. Now, how would we solve it? So our base angle is 0.927. So I would be calculating from all the way here till here. So it would become pi minus 0.927. Theta equals to 2.214. Now I'm going to use the formula L is equals to R theta. The last thing, which is R is 5 multiplied by theta is 2.214, 11.07. Now the total length would become perimeter is equals to 11.07 plus square root of 80, which is equals to 20.015. So total perimeter would become 80 point square root of 80 plus 11.07, which is 20.01. Now in part 2 we need to find the area of this shaded region. In order to find the area of the shaded region, what we would be doing, we would be finding the area of smaller triangle, which is BCD. We would also be finding the area of bigger triangle, which is ADC, and area 3, which is the area of the sector ADC. Now what we are going to do, first we are going to add area 1 and area 3. So what we are going to do, after adding area 1, which is this one, and area 3, which is actually this one. So what we have done, we after adding this, so we have find the area of the total figure. Then we would be subtracting the area of the bigger triangle, which is all the way from here, here, and this highlighted region. After doing this thing, after subtracting it, what we are left is, we are only left with this region. Now first I would find the A1, which is the smaller triangle. So this was 3 and this was 4 and this was DCB. So area 1 equals to, since it is right angle triangle, I can straight away do that thing of base, which is 3 into 4, so it becomes 6. This is the area of the smaller triangle A1. The next step was to find the A2. So A2 is the bigger triangle whose dimensions are 8, 4. Now the next thing is to find the area of the bigger triangle whose dimensions are 8 and 4. Area is equals to half 8 times 4, which is equals to 16. Now let's find A3. So A3 is sector. So what is the formula for sector? Half r square theta. We know the value of r square, which is 25, and theta was 2.214. Bigger area becomes 27.675. Now we have found all the areas. So A1 plus A3. Now we have found all the areas. So area of shaded region was equals to A1 plus A3 minus A2, which is 18.675. So what we have done in this problem, we have divided our problem into chunks. First we find A1, this is A1. Then we find A2, which is combined area of these two things. Then we find A2, which is combined area of these two triangles. Then we find A3, which is combined area of these three triangles. Then we added A1 and A2 to get the area of the whole figure. So when we after adding, we get all this area. Then I subtracted this area, the bigger triangle area, so I automatically left with only the yellow highlighted area, which is the shaded area.